start in the mounted position. Here's the mount. I prefer to have my knees high, not low where his hips are, because now with my legs, with my hips low, he has more power. I'm underneath his hips. He has more power to kind of roll me over, just kind of. He has more power to do that. And if he wants to re-guard me, which we'll see later levels, go ahead, elbow escape. Now, yes, it's easier for him now. So I like to have my legs high for this, okay? Like this I'll start, or I'll cross my feet and I'll put my weight on him here. And this sucks now, right, Ray? Sucks, right? So I'll put my weight here on him and work from here. It's a real good position. Or I'll work my legs high, both those positions. Now, about to do my first submission hold. This is an arm bar. Now, arm bar, I'm going to grab his arm like this. And I'm going to pull him up to his side. As I pull him, I'm not just going to use the strength of my arm, but I'm going to use my leg. I push, and now this leg comes up. Now look at my foot. I don't want my foot out here, because he'll sneak his leg through, and it's going to mess me up. So I want to keep everything real tight right now, real tight. I'm looking to catch this arm bar. So I put my hand here in front of his throat. I can choke him right here with this hand. Okay? If he knows I'm going to arm bar him and he starts to block his hands, I'll just go for the choke. When he goes to block the choke, then I'll go for the arm bar. So that's called double attack. I'm getting a little ahead of myself though. Really what I want to do is I want to use this hand for balance. I'll use that hand for balance. I'll step over his head. I fall back. When I fall back, don't get lazy and kick this leg in the air. I want you to take your leg and I want you to put it on their face. Make their face turn that way and put it hard on their face. Now, squeeze your knees hard. Go for the wrist and the hand. Fall back. Slowly raise the hips and you have the elbow lock. One of the reasons I'm turning him on his side is to create a longer arm. When he's down on his back, his arm's this high, right there. Bring him to his side. Look, that much more length. So it's better to have him a longer arm. If you ever try to armbar a little kid in kids class, you'll see it easier to armbar a longer arm. Put this for balance and also to mess with his neck a little bit because I could choke him. Step over, armbar. Next technique. There's no way he's going to give me the arm. His hands are here. He knows not to give me the arm. I put both hands on his forearm at the same time, and I push using all my strength. Not just the strength of my arms, but my whole body weight. Pushing down. Now my elbow goes to the floor. Not like this. That's a big mistake. But here. If we could look at my fingers, I don't grab like this, but I grab here. Now this hand comes like this, and I grab my wrist. Again, not like this, but like this, a thumbless grip. I'm going to bring the elbow down, and I'm going to lift up to catch the arm. If I lift from here, he doesn't feel anything. But if I slide it down, I just have to lift a little bit. It's going to hurt him right away. I don't want to put a lot of pressure on him because his shoulder's kind of messed up, but trust me, it hurt real bad. Another thing you can do is you can take this hand here and you can bring it down on their shoulder and you can bring it right there, and that hurts real bad too if you bring it way into their shoulder. That's my shoulder lock. Sometimes I go for the shoulder lock and Ray turns to the side and starts to defend. Well, look what I do. Armbar. There's another double attack. Sometimes in the middle of all this stuff, he freaks out and he turns all the way to his stomach. Okay, now this leads us to technique number 3, the rear choke. I keep my feet so my toes are digging under his thighs. Okay, never like this or never like this. Always my toes digging under his thighs. Now my thumb, the knuckle of my thumb is going to dig under his ear, under his neck, under his chin, and around his throat. I get the middle of my arm to the middle of his throat. I grab my shoulder, I put this hand behind his head, and I squeeze. I squeeze slow to make him choke. Now, because my toes are dug under his thighs, if he tries to sit up, because he's a strong guy, he tries to sit up, I'm going to be able to hook my feet right underneath his legs, like this. So here, let's go back and show that again. So if I have my toe here, see, move back a little bit. Okay, I have my toes here. If he sits up, I can put my feet right underneath. Now, let's roll this way. If he rolls, look, so now I still have control. I can still choke him. But if my feet aren't there and he sits up, oh, he takes my base. So those are three very important submissions. Very basic, but three very important submissions from the mounted position. I feel like the last technique, maybe you guys couldn't see it because Ray's face was in the ground and I was choking him. So I want to show how to practice the rear choke. From here, this arm is going to come like this, and here, grab your shoulder, and come here. Now I hope that right there doesn't end up on YouTube by someone or anything like that, because I just showed the move all wrong. I showed it wrong for a purpose. If I go like this, he's going to block my arm. I won't be able to choke him. If I do this, he can bend my arm down. He can submit me right there. I submitted a really good guy just like a couple weeks ago with that move. So I'm here like this. Well, depending on when you see the video, it's probably not going to be a couple weeks ago. But for me, right now it was. So I can't do this because he's going to block. I can't do this because he's going to catch the arm bar. So my thumb, knuckle of my thumb goes under his chin. Middle of my arm, the crook of my arm to the middle of his throat. I grab my shoulder. I don't do this because he's going to catch my arm. But I hide my arm behind him. Now I take a big breath in and squeeze. And he's going to choke real fast. Let's say he starts to take his hands and he pries my arm off. Oh, other arm? The arm that's choking you? The arm that's choking you? The one that's choking you?
Oh, this one.
He's prying my arm off, right? Okay, no problem. Look at trap. And now I choke him with this arm. Pries that arm off. Trap. Choke him with this arm. That's a good drill that you can do. Okay, that completes the basic submission holds from the mounted position.